Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take a very easy variant Sudoku puzzle and we break it down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called Pseudo Spies in the Fog by Oatmeal. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a digit such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. Also, every row, column, and 3x3 box contains exactly one pseudo digit. So I don't know what this rule set is. So I just wanted to try this because it looked interesting. And these, you'll run into these types of puzzles a decent amount of times, and I find them a lot of fun. Finding the extra single thing that is uniquely different in every row, column, and designated 9-cell region, right? So what does a pseudo digit mean? It means that the real value of a cell containing a pseudo digit is calculated by adding its row number to its column number. For example grazie, if there, or gratii, I don't know how you pronounce it. If there is a pseudo digit in row 3, column 8, so say there was a pseudo digit here, will we mark it as green or, I don't know. Let's make it red. If there's a pseudo digit in row 3, column 8, it has the value of 11, regardless of which digit appears in that cell. For cells with non-pseudo digits, the value equals the digit. So this is pretty common, actually. You have, essentially, it's for the special type of cell, it has a value that's different than its digit. And in this case, the value is its row number plus its column number. So again, 3 plus 8 is 11. So the value of this cell, if it were a pseudo cell, would be 11. And that's for the entire grid. Okay? We have X and V, where values in cells joined by an X sum to 10. Values in cells joined by a V sum to 5. So, for example, if this were, say, had a value of 2, this would have to have a value of 3 to add up to 5. Say we had an X somewhere, like, say, here. If this were, say, then a value of 3, this would have to have a value of 7 to add up to 10. We have Kropki dots, where values in cells joined by a white dot are consecutive, and values in cells joined by a black dot are in a 1:2 ratio. That is, one value will be double the other. So, for example, if this had a value of, say, 4, the value of this cell would have to be 2 or 8 to be in a 1:2 ratio with this. Say we had a white dot, we're going to mark it as a blue X here. Then if this had a value of 6, say, this would have to have a value of 5 or 7. And again, I always say values here because we have these pseudo digits here, which has the value equal to its row number plus its column number. We also have in this puzzle German whisper lines, where values of adjacent digits along a green line have a difference of at least 5. So say we had a German whisper line this way. Say this had a value of 3. If this had a value of 3, this would have to have a value of 8 or 9. Because, or greater. It could be greater. It could be 8 plus, shall we say. So this could be the pseudo, well, could it be? Yes, it could be the pseudo value. Let's make it actually here, if this was 3. then this could be 8, 9, or it could be the pseudo digit, because the pseudo digit could have a value greater than 9, but we don't know what that is specifically. But it has to be greater than 8 at least, because you can't have a negative value in this puzzle here. So this is 8 or 9 or plus. It could be the pseudo digit. And those are examples of how German whisper lines work. And additionally, this grid is partially covered in fog. Entering correct digits will clear fog from the adjacent cells. No guessing is required. So this is typical fog of war puzzles. So say you clear, we correctly placed a correct digit here. It would clear the fog in the cell and in all the surrounding cells around it. And that's how typical fog of war works. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay, first thing first, I think, see here. So, for any of these cells in this box, if they were the pseudo digit, what would the value be? This is, at minimum, 7 and 7, which is 14. These would have to be... so that this is at least 14. These are at least 15, 7 and 8. These are at least 16, 7 and 9. Well, these... Okay, so pseudo values. This would be 14. These would be 15, 16, 17, and 18. Therefore, as a value, these can never be less than 5. So these must be normal digits. And they must be 1 through 4. Well, that eliminates 1 through 4 in the rest of this box. So these have to be 5 through 9. So the problem is these cannot be, so normally, if you have, in normal Sudoku, if you have a black crop key dots, the possible combinations are 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, or 4, 8. Well, because we have 1 through 4 already eliminated, that means this must be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 with a pseudo digit. Because otherwise it wouldn't work, right? Because in normal Sudoku, we've eliminated all the possibilities. So therefore, these have to be normal. One of these is the pseudo digit, and it must be in a 1 to 2 ratio with another digit. Well, 15 is not in a 1 to 2 ratio with a digit, so this has to be the pseudo digit, and it adds up to 16, right? Because it's row 7, column 9. That adds up to 16. 16 is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 8. So this is 8. And it's a normal digit here. These 3 digits must add up to 31. And what are the values if they are pseudocells? This cannot be, this is a pseudocell, and there's only 1 per row, column, and box. So these can't be pseudocells, these can't be pseudocells. To add up to 31, you can't have 3 normal digits, so it must be a pseudocell here in one of these 2 digits. That means the rest of the row and the box cannot contain pseudo digits. Well, if a pseudo digit were here, it's not consecutive with another digit here, because this would be at minimum 6 plus 7, which is 13, and 13 is not consecutive with a digit. So this cannot be a pseudo digit, so this must be the pseudo digit here. Therefore, that adds up, that must be 6 plus 8, which is 14. 31 minus 14 is 17, which means the other 2 digits must be 8 and 9. So this must be an 8-9 pair. Well, 9's only consecutive with 8, and we already have an 8-9 pair in the row, so this couldn't be 8 here. So this can't be 9. This is 8, which makes this 9, and therefore this is 7 to be consecutive with that. There are no more pseudo digits here. 7 can only be next to 1 or 2 on a Whisper 5 line. if it's not a pseudo digit. That must add up to 8 with 8 or 9 in value. This cannot be... If this were a pseudo digit, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 8 plus 5 and 13, which doesn't add up to 10. So this must be 8, 9, and not a pseudo digit. This could be a pseudo digit here. We don't know. These two digits add up to 10. Sorry, this digit adds up to 10 with two other unique digits. Or not, sorry, not two other digits. It has to add up to 10 with two other cells. It cannot be two unique digits. If we try to have both digits in the same, that would be in the same box, we'd have a repeat in the box. So that's not allowed. So one of these two must be the pseudo digit. And it cannot be these, therefore. So one of these is the pseudo digit. This is 5 plus 4, which is 9. This is 4 plus 5, which is 9. So therefore, this must be a 1 here. So this is 1, this is 2, and 8. So one of these is a 9, the other one is a pseudo digit. If this is 9, this is 9 in value no matter what. So this value must be 8 or 10. We can't have an 8 here because of 8 in the column. And if it's 10, it's a pseudo digit. So either way, this must be a pseudo digit. So this is pseudo digit, which eliminates pseudo digits in the rest of the row, box, and column. So these cannot be pseudo digits. This can't be pseudo digit. Therefore, this is actually a 9. So this is 9. This is a pseudo digit here, which eliminates pseudo digits in the rest of the row and the column here. This is 9 and 9 in value. So that's 18. 24 minus 18 is 6. So this is 6, which makes this 4 in value. And it cannot be, so it's 1, 2, 3. So it's 4 plus 3, which is 7 if it's a pseudo digit. So this cannot be pseudo digit. So this is 4, an actual 4. And 4 can only be next to a 9 in value. And this is a 9 in value. This has to be a 9 here then. So that's 9. One of these is a pseudo digit. If the pseudo digit is here, that would be 4 plus 1 and 5 and 5, and that works. If the pseudo digit is here, that would be value 4 plus 2 is 6, which would guarantee a 4 has to be here, but we already have a 4 in the row. So this cannot be the pseudo digit. This must be the pseudo digit, and that must add up with 5 to add up to 10. Okay, one of these two is a pseudo digit, and it's 19. Okay, so what is the possible combinations? So 8 and 6 would add up to 14. 14 plus 5 works. Or 9 and 6. So 9 and 6 is 15, and then that would be 4 and whatever the pseudo digit is. So we don't know what that is. Okay. This is in a 1 to 2 ratio. It cannot have 8. It cannot be 1, 2, because that would eliminate 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 does not add up to 5. It cannot be 2 and 4 here, because if this is 2 and 4, that would make this 1, 3, and that does not add up to 5. So this cannot be 1, 2, 2, 4, no 4, 8, and we don't have the pseudo digit here. So this has to be 3 and 6. This can't be 6 because of 6 in the row, so this is 3, that's 6. That eliminates 2 and 3 as a pair here to add up to 5. So this is 1, 4, which makes this 2, 3 as a pair. Remaining digits in this lower right-hand box are 5, 6, 7, 9. But we don't need that yet. 9 is consecutive with 8 in value, and this is a pseudo value. So this is 8 because that's 5 plus 3. This has to be a 7 then. So this is 7. 7 is only next to 1 and 2 on a Whisper 5 line. So this is 1 or 2. But 1, if it's consecutive with anything, must be consecutive only with 2. But we have a 1-2 pair already in the row. So this cannot be 1. This is 2. This is 1. 2 is in the 1-to-2 ratio with 4. But this could be the pseudo digit. 2 is consecutive only with 3 that's here. So this is 3. This could be pseudo digit. Remaining digits in column 5 are 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So this can't be 6. This is 4, 5. 4, 5, or 6. Okay. What are the values of pseudo digits here? Value of pseudo digit here is 2, because it's 1 plus 1, 3, 4, and that's 5. So this cannot be pseudo digit. If this is pseudo digit 5 here, then that has to add up to 10 with another 5, but 5 can't be here. So this is not pseudo digit here. This could be 4. Oh, this cannot be 4 as a normal digit. So therefore, to be in a 1-to-2 ratio, it must be a pseudo digit here because it can't be 1 and it can't be 4 as a normal digit. So this is a pseudo digit, which is 4. So the rest of the box cannot contain pseudo digit. This is pseudo digit, which eliminates pseudo digit in the rest of the column. No pseudo digit in that column. No pseudo digit here, so this must be pseudo digit there. One of these two pseudo digit. 2 can be next to 7, 8, or 9. It's a normal digit on a Whisper 5 line, so 7, 8, 9 cannot be 8. 9 here would have to be consecutive with 8, and we can't have an 8 here. So this must be 7 here, and this must be 6 to be consecutive because it's not a pseudo digit. Well, 6 and a pseudo digit, this would be 8 and 2, which is 10. Does not add up to 10. So this is not a pseudo digit, which means this is a pseudo digit here. That means this can't be pseudo digit, so this is pseudo digit here. So this must be 6 and 4 to add up to 10. Pseudo digit here is 9 plus 2, which is 11. So 11 has to be next to, well, this digit has to be 5 or more away from 7. So it's 1 or 2. Good. This is pseudo digit 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 plus 5 adds up to 19. So this is 5. Also, this 2, 3 pair eliminates 2 and 3 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 2. This is 1, which makes this 4, which makes that 1. 4 and 5 eliminate 4 and 5 here. So it's 6, which eliminates 6 here. This pseudo digit is what? 2 and 7, which is 9. So that must be with 1 to add up to 10. This pair of digits cannot be 1, 9, cannot be 3, 7 because of the 7 in the row, and it cannot be 4, 6 because both 4 are accounted for in columns 2 and 3. So this must be a 2, 8 pair. So this is 2 and 8. Where is 1 in row 3? Where is 1 in column 9? Can't be here because 1 in the box. Can't be here because 1 in the box. Can't be here because 1 in the row, so it has to be here. So this is 1. 1 cannot be here in this upper left-hand box. Can't be here, can't be here, can't be here. So it must be one of these two. And it must be one of these two in this left central box. Where's 4 in column 1? Can't be here because of 4's in the boxes, so it has to be one of these 3. Let's... remaining digits in row 4 are 2, 7, 8. So 2, 7, 8. This is 2 or 8, and this is 2 or 7. Remaining digits in row 9. This can't be 7 or 8 because of 7 and 8 in the box, so this is 9. And this must be a 7-8 pair here. Remaining digits in this lower central box, 1, 3, and 4. This can't be 1 or 4, so this is 3, which makes this a 1, 4 pair. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the column, so this is 4, this is 1. Okay. Remaining digits in row 8. Well, 2 can't be here, so 2 has to be here. And they have to be 5 and 9. 9 can't be here because 9 in the column, so this is 5, this is 9. Remaining digits in this lower right-hand box, we have 6 and 7. 6 can't be here because of 6 in the column, so this is 7, this is 6. Remaining digits in row 7. 3, 5, and 9. This can't be 5 or 9 because of 5 or 9 in the column, so this is 3, which leaves these as 5 and 9. Remaining digits in column 7. We have 2, 5, and 9. These can't be 2 because of 2 in the row here and the 2, 8 pair in the row here. So this must be 2, which leaves this as a 5, 9 pair here. Okay. Remaining digits in column 4. We have 3, 4, 5, and 8. 3 cannot be here, so this is 4, 5, or 8. And this must be 3, 4, 5, or 8. 8 cannot be here because of 8 in the row. We have a 4, 5, 8 triplet in this upper central box, which eliminates 4, 5, 8 in the rest of the box. So this must be 6 and 9 as a pair. 8, this 2, 8 pair eliminates 8 here, so this is a 4, 5 pair in this upper central box, which eliminates 4 and 5 in the rest of the box. This can't be 4, 5, it's 8. Which eliminates 8 here. Excuse me. Remaining digits in column 6 are 2 and 8, so this is a 2, 8 pair. Remaining digits in row 2. We have 3, 4, 5 cannot be next to another digit on a Whisper 5 line or German Whisper line, because if it's normal Sudoku. And because there are no pseudo digits here, because if you subtract 5 or more from 5, you get 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. If you add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more. And if you don't have a pseudo digit here, this can never add up to more than 10 or more. So 5 can't be here. You could have 3, 4. No 5, 6, 8, or 9 here. And no 8 because of the 2, 8 pair in the row. If this is 3 or 4, it cannot be 8 here. This would have to be 9. If that were the case. If this is 6 here, it has to be 1. If this is 9 here, it cannot be 2 or 8. It could be 1, 3, or 4 here. So those are the possibilities. Okay, this 2 eliminates 2 here. So we have, this is 7, we have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair in column 1. Does that help us any? I don't really know. Remaining digits in this right central box. We have to have 2, 4, 5, and 7. And this can't be 5. This can't be 7. Okay. Remaining digits in this upper central box. Sorry, upper right-hand box are 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Well, this can't be 3, this can't be 7, this can't be 8 because of all the digits in the row. This can't be 8. And 8 cannot be here. We have a 3, 4, 6, 7 quadruplet in this upper right-hand box. So this must be 8 here. Okay. 6 cannot be either of these digits. Huh. Okay. Huh. Remaining digits in... So we have... Where is the 6 in row 6? Can't be here because 6 in the box. Can't be here because of 6 in the column. So this must be a 1-6 pair here. That eliminates 1 and 6 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it could be 2, 3, 4, 5. Cannot be 4, 5 because of 4, 5 in the box. So this is 2 or 3. In the rest of this box, we have 2, 3, 7, 8 remaining. So 2, 3, 7, 8. And this can't be 2. So this is 3, 7, 8. Where is the 2 in this box then? It has to be one of these 2 cells here, which eliminates 2 here. So this is 8. This is 2. 4 cannot be next to a 2 digits, 2 unique digits on a Whisper 5 line, so this cannot be 4. We know 4 is on this line, and 4 must always be next to 9 on a Whisper 5 line if we have normal Sudoku, which we do have because we don't have a pseudo digit. So 9 has to be one of these digits, which eliminates 9 here, so this is 5, which makes this 9. 8 eliminates 8 here. So where is the 8 in this left central box? It must be one of these 2 cells. That eliminates 8 here. So this is 7, which makes this 8, which makes that 3. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 8. So 4 has to be one of these 2 digits here, which means it must be next to a 9, so this is 9. 9 eliminates 9 here, it's 6 eliminates 9 here, so it's 5. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 9. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 9. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 4, which makes this 5. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 3, which eliminates 3 here, so it's 2 and 3. So this can't be 2, and this can't be 3. No 3 here. This cannot be 9, cannot be 3. Therefore, next to the 9 has to be 1 and 4, but this can't be 1 because of the... It can't be 2 or 3. That's why you can't have... This has to be 1 or 4 next to the 9. So this can't be 1. This is 4, which makes this 1. This 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 2, which makes this not 2 or 3. It's 7. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 2 and 8. 2 eliminates 2 here, so it's 7. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 4, which makes this 7. Which means this can't be 7, and this can't be 7. So no 4, 7 here, no 4 here. 2 eliminates 2 here, so this is 5, which makes this 2. No 3 and 4 here makes this a 5, which makes this 4, which makes that 3. 1 here eliminates 1 here, so it's 6 and 1. That leaves 6 and 7 remaining in column 2. This can't be 7 because of 7 in the row. So this is 6, this is 7. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 4 and 6. And that leaves that as a 5 and that as a 3. And that's the solution to this puzzle. Yeah, fairly straightforward. I hope you got a good taste of the sort of special cells where you can have 1 per row in column and box. It's used a decent amount of times, and it makes for a lot of interesting rule sets and interesting solves. So, I hope you enjoyed it. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next episode of Learn How to Sudoku or in some other puzzle on Frank Puzzles. Take care.